Hi everyone, it's Yelena K from the Healing Light, and I wanted to do another video for you guys, and especially today, it's Sunday, and we have got in Australia and everywhere around the world the coronavirus. And as much as you know about it, we have to stay indoors, and some of the countries are in a lockdown, or some of them are preparing for the lockdown. So I will give a combination of all of my videos in today's video, and just to remind you of the things which you can do for yourself in this time. So remember this: if you are staying at home and you're with your children, what can we do? We can make a gratitude jar. What are we grateful for? The things that we take for granted now, they're even more emphasized inside of all of these health issues what we have got. The things what we have got for granted is that we're able to go to the shops. There is abundance of the food in a shop. We can go for a walk in a park, depending on which lockdown and which country are you in. Some of them are not able to go to the park and go for a walk at the beach. So make a gratitude jar. So get a glass jar and write a note. What are you grateful for? I usually get that jar at Christmas time, and with my children, go and open it up and read a note. Whoever put a note in, you put your hand in there and you actually pull the note out and you just read, what are you grateful for? So I think so you could be doing that with the time what you have got at the moment. Now, get a coloring books. I was coloring this morning with my partner while he was doing his drawing for his work, and I was actually coloring in, and then he started coloring in with his son, so which was pretty cool, and I like doing it because it's relaxing. So I wanted that you actually take maybe pen and paper and journaling. So all my clients know that I'm really big on writing a journal and emphasize on it, because I write questions for you. We work through your emotions which are rising up, and at this time, if you're in a lockdown, you will have a lot of time to think about it, your own self, and what are you going through? What are you unhappy with? What is it exactly that you wanted to change, and how much do you want to work for it? How much do you want to work into stepping in that authentic you? How to step in that authentic you, what to do to get there. So with the counseling, yes, we work through it. With the healing, we work through it. And you know, with me, you do not have to be present in a physical and see me in a physical world. That I have got clients all around the world, interstate, out of Australia, and I can do the same work, because energy goes where our focus is. And if my focus is on you as a client, of course, it goes there and you will feel it. So think about the things which you wanted to change within yourself. What are you so unhappy with it? If it's a female or male, you know, I've written down a lot about the females, because females are my bigger audience, but I still have got a males too, and I absolutely adore to have got almost a ratio of a 40% of having a male clients. So what do you want for yourself? Are you sick and tired of the things where you're going in a merry-go-round and your inner child? How is he reacting? What are you falling into? Are you feeling that you're going to be alone on your life and there is not a right man or woman out there for you? And they're all broken or damaged. And how can you work with that? How can you work with it if you do meet someone? How can you work from your, operate from within your heart? Yes, you can. And it's called vulnerability. And how is that possible? So journal about that. Journal what you want for your life. Journal how to get there. If you don't know how to get there, jump on a call with me. We can talk about it. I talk with every single client before we sign you up to work with me. I actually have a chat with you, because I wanted to make sure that you're the right fit for me and that I'm the right fit for you. That our energies, our understanding of my work goes right with you, because I want to serve you. And I want to serve you in the right way. And I wanted that you get results out of yourself, out of your life, because I know you're able to do it. We just have to rewire a few things there and get it. So I wrote it in a pretty long post, I think it was yesterday, about what are you prepared to do, how much does the healing takes? You know, all it depends how much you are prepared to dive into it. That's how fast you're going to get the results. But to step into that divine masculine or divine feminine energy, of course you can do it. How would it feel? And I give you this as an example. How would it feel? Did you calm? Did you peaceful? Did you going, okay, I understand this is happening around me, but I'm not demanding if it's a female. I'm not demanding, I'm not pushing. I know my boundaries. I know that I'm not going to go and work or offend a male or even my partner, offend it as a core belief. I will actually say, no, that doesn't agree with me. My core belief is different than yours. And you will know that he's going to step up or step out, or you're going to work with it, depending on where you are in your relationship too. So please understand that. If we're in a dating scene, obviously we need to work on it stepping out or stepping in. If you're in a marriage, how can you explain it as a female from the heart rather than saying, I don't like it? Accept if it's I call it the red flag or the black flags into your boundaries. So they're different colors that you can use for yourself, and then you know the answer for it. And then you can say, well, I don't agree with that. For obviously with physical abuse, domestic violence, things like that, it's absolutely a black flag, and you're not going to go with that. So this is the time, like what the world giving us, or the government giving us, that you can actually sit down and say, I really want to look into it. What I don't want in my life. What are my wants and desires and needs? And how can I achieve them? Realistically, how can I achieve them? So journal that inside of your journal. Jump on a call if you wanted to have a chat with me. How can you achieve all of those things? But to glow, to have the light, to have the lightness inside of you, to be peaceful, to be calm, to have that smile where you just smile just because, not because you want to make someone else happy, not because you're a people pleaser. It's just because you're just glowing. You are just doing things. And what is a female? Female is like a water, like an ocean. She just glows and flows and does, and she just go with it. She is strict. She knows her boundaries, but she knows what she wants, and she knows she will achieve it. And she doesn't expect of a man to fulfill her needs and desires or happiness either. She just knows she's going to do it. We are not in a waiting energy either. So there's a lot to take it in here. And you can attract your soulmate. You can attract desire of your life, but you're not going to do that if you're just going to have these wishes in your head and you're not putting it on a paper, and you are not then working for it and healing yourself, your wounds, which you have got inside from your inner child. Secondly, if we are parents and I'm the mother, so do you want to put those core beliefs on your children? No. How can we change things with our children? First of all, stepping into your heart, being in your love, and working with your heart for your children. Not with demanding, you have to go and do this. Accept if it's something like, for example, if they're going to hurt themselves and, you know, they're going on touching the fire or, you know, touching the gas, and it's not acceptable for that age, or, you know, they're going to cut the bread and, you know, they're using a knife and you're just afraid that something else will going to happen. I understand it there. But from an emotional point of view, so you cannot come to the child and say, give me a hug because mommy needs a hug. What is that? That's a pushover. That's demanding. That's people pleasing. That's codependency. So you're teaching your child when they're feeling down that a world existing outside externally, they are requesting from externalized world to give them what they need, instead of that they fulfill the need by themselves. So if you are home with the children, please, gratitude, number one, affirmations for them. I did it this morning, and you have to write it down as, you know, a simple affirmations for them when they're little, bigger ones when they're older, when they're teenagers, because I work with the teenagers and their confidence is down, and I know that at the moment children are at home. So you are more in charge of it if you're at home with the children, depending on which job you are having, so write down things like this for them. Even more now important, spend time with them. Children at the moment need to be secured. This is for them a bit scary. It is a bit scary for them because they don't know what to expect. They don't know what's going on. They rely on you as a parent to secure them. So realistically, say to them, we have got food, we have got water, we've got things. This is not time of the war. This is just being precautious. Wash your hands, do the things what we need to do at the moment, and listen to the news and follow the government instructions. So I would really like to ask you if you can just secure the children. Secure them with your heart too. If you're panicking, they're panicking. If you're angry, they're angry. They will retaliate to you. They will cause trouble. They will be asking for your attention a lot now. You know that. What the children do when they are naughty, they're asking for your attention. So secure your children. Sit down with them. Give them time. Give them time and just say to them, today we're sitting on a blanket on the floor and we're just going to have a half an hour of cuddles, and go from one to the other child. If you have 5 children, and just go and give them cuddles and hugs. Just because. And we have got a cuddle time. So secure your children. Make sure that you're secure within yourself. And if you are going in panic modes or panic attacks, please message me and let's go work on that, how to help you and where is the core belief coming up from it, what's going to happen. With my experience of the war, when I was a registered nurse during the war, and I was mostly at emergency and pediatrics wards, working with the children 0 to 1. Children really need to be secure at this time. So please understand that. And this is not time of the war. The war is very, very different. And if you experienced the war, you would know what I'm talking about. If you didn't, it's quite frightening, quite different. So we're not having something like that. We just have to be very cautious. Children walking on the street at the moment now, I do see them even in my suburb that they are actually doing that. So they shouldn't be doing that because I don't want to call it we have social distancing. I prefer to call it we have got a physical distancing, not a social distancing, because socially we're all available. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're all on YouTube. So let's go call this at the moment, instead of calling it coronavirus, call it as positivity virus. We're spreading it around it. So what positive things can you do today for yourself, for your family? How can you self-talk to yourself today to be more positive and be more in a gratitude? So start off with a gratitude jar today. Start off with your journaling. See what you can work on changing about your life, and what you can't, send me a message. How can you stepping up to that authentic you? And I'm here to help you through those times, so you're not alone and you've got someone to talk to. Love and light to everyone. Enjoy today's day. And I will see you soon.